Welcome to the OAPN Podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts. 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
Welcome to episode number 67 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. Yet another day, yet another episode for us. Here to explore another story, and hopefully you'll like it as always. Things have been pretty good for us. I think the last month or two has been pretty exciting with the type of people who've been coming in, with the type of people come great stories as well. So we've been enjoying it, and I hope you all have too. Today is yet another episode, which I hope you all will like. Before I introduce her, let's say hi to Anjali. Hi, Anjali.
Hi.
Hi.
What's
Say
up?
Hi, hi to everyone. There you go. Is this first time like you're on a full video podcast?
Oh, podcast, yeah.
Interview,
I've done
I know.
interviews, yeah.
But like a proper podcast for you.
Yeah.
Like,
This feels like very personal.
yeah, it is. It is gonna be.
No, I didn't sign up for that. I literally told you.
Yeah. So even she doesn't know what she's in for. Honestly, even I don't. So we'll see where it goes. But anyway, Anjali is here. Anjali has been an actor, model, an assistant director, an entrepreneur as well, which I just got to know. So I had no idea about that. But yeah, I think we've always searched for people who just love what they do and who enjoy what they do and are not just chasing the regular things that we've been taught to chase. And a lot of interesting things that I found out that kind of gave me like a hint that I wanted to talk to you. And we invited her, and she was sweet enough to say, yeah, let's do this. And of course, after saying yes to me, apparently she's second guessed it. So that's another thing. But we're glad she's here. If you know Anjali, great. Hopefully you get to hear things that she hasn't told you in the past. Not like I'm going to give you all like crazy secrets of hers, unless she decides to.
Never know.
If you don't know Anjali, I think you should definitely like look up her work, and if you want to hear a good conversation, that will be a good context to have before you start watching this. So thanks Anjali, thanks for making it here.
Thank you for having me.
How's life going?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Can't complain.
Happy?
Happy.
Hmm?
I can genuinely say that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why? How come?
I mean, this year has been a lot about like growth, self-discovery, being okay with not being okay also. And I've been fine with it and happy.
Yeah. I don't think you're ever like fully okay. I don't think
Yeah.
you're like fully
But-
okay.
There's beauty to that also, right?
Yeah. And it almost seems like the people who say like, hey, you know what, I'm content with my life, I'm okay with my life. It's the truth, but it's not like they don't have things to do.
Yeah.
It's not like you're done.
I mean, your wants are always numerous.
It keeps evolving also.
Yeah. Today you got what you want, tomorrow you want
Yeah.
something else. So
You'd want something else.
yeah.
So how's life been as an actor? Has it been as you expected?
No.
Has it been different? No. What's one thing that you didn't know you'll feel as an actor? With all the fame that came by, and what's one thing that has changed from the perception you had of it?
I mean, I think I had a perception for such a long time. Like I grew up wanting to be, well, not just an actor, like I wanted to be a director. So like the entire world, like I thought it was like made out of sunshine and rainbows. And it's not.
Yeah.
Though there are some great days and some bad days. It's also like you learn through life that it's not just about the film field, it's about everything in life. So
It's just a part of
yeah,
part of your life.
yeah, it's become a part of my life. I've been doing it since I was really young. So
What, 12 you said? 12, 13?
no, I was 16 when I first started working
You first
as an
started.
assistant director. Yeah.
A very interesting part about some of the information you shared with me about yourself, about this whole homeschooling bit, right? I've always like pulled people's legs who have been homeschooled.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Like I love tripping on it.
Are you homeschooled or what?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Hey, I'm not going to trip on you here, or I might. But yeah, what's the whole thing? What's the scene with homeschooling? What's your view on that? Why did you opt for it, or why did your home opt for it? What's the whole bit?
There were a bunch of things. I mean, my parents are really, really supportive. Like, they've been that way my entire life. They were just like, the biggest question, right, in your entire life until you figure out what you have to do is, what do you want to do? Like, ಏನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ದೊಡ್ಡೋಳಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ. So that I kind of already knew what to do when I was very young. So they were like, okay, let's get you trained. You want to go to film school, go to film school. And my older brother was homeschooled before I was, and he was playing like tennis. He was doing a bunch of other things that required him to be out of school. So he kind of set the base for me, and I just like copied him. My entire life I've copied him. So there was just another thing. I was like, oh, Anna's getting homeschooled. I want to get homeschooled. But yeah, we watched, my dad, my brother and I, like, we watched Tare Zameen Par. It's such a like distinct memory for me.
Okay.
We watched Tare Zameen Par, and I had a terrible time, like, in school. Like, I was bullied, like, I got made fun of every day, and I was a class clown.
Why?
A bunch of things. Like, I never was like a serious kid. Like, I was always doing some funny things, and I just did it to make people happy. But that would kind of
Come back
to me as like a joke or a
probably end up looking like a fool or
or like just being made fun of. Not
you
having
become
friends.
like you become that person.
Yeah.
Everyone just wants to trip on you, and
And I went to an
and
all-girls
it must
school.
have crossed the line at some point.
Oh, every day. Like, for me, my acting really started, like, training started when I used to cry every day. I'm like, Amma, hotte notade, Amma talle notade. Oh, kaal twist madkonbitte nanu. So every day I was like, and I'd wait till like 10 o'clock until both my parents left, and I'd be like, life is great. Go watch movies.
Scene. Cut.
Exactly. So yeah, and when we watched Tare Zameen Par, I think my dad like truly understood. He's like, oh wow, like, she's really having a tough time in school, and if we don't kind of help her with this, it's going to be detrimental to her life. So yeah.
But what would you come back and tell your parents? Like, what, I'm getting bullied?
Yeah, I mean, I'd always like cry about how the girls used to be really mean to me, and like
All girls school?
all girls school till I was like 5th, and then I went to an
I thought bullying
international
happened
school.
only in all boys school.
No, girls are ruthless. I'll tell you that.
I didn't know that.
But I mean, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, they were young, they didn't know, and so it's okay. Now it's fine.
So you came back home and you said what? I'm just like, you'd come crying home? Is
Yeah,
that
I'd come
what it
crying.
is?
I'm like, I don't want to go to school. Like, I don't like it. Anything I do is like a joke to people, or
And this is at what age?
this is
When it
probably
like
peaked is like probably second or
Seventh.
third.
Second or third standard?
Yeah.
It was at peak. Oh, that's like
And
crazy
then,
early.
so I wanted to leave like when I was in 4th itself. They were like, try one more year, and I tried another year. It didn't work out. I was just really, really like stressed out. Like, I was so stressed out constantly.
Going to school.
And yeah, so that really, like, that movie changed my life. Tare Zameen Par.
Yeah, it's a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
I think the reason why so many adults loved it, because even though they didn't go through exactly what Ishan went in the movie, there's some connection with the need to protect innocence.
Yeah.
And the need to say that, hey, you know what, that innocence is in a place where that he can't even communicate it, and your job is to just to protect it.
Yeah.
And not like analyze it and like give
See if
your
it's wrong
advice,
or
see if
right,
it's wrong or right, and just understand the innocence. And it doesn't matter if it's wrong or right,
Yeah.
but protect it at that point
Yeah.
and do what's required. I think that's why people connected with it.
Yeah.
And then you watch the movie, and then what happened? Like, there's this like blast conversation that happens that,
There was
hey,
nothing. I think my dad started to explore other options of schooling. Like, I remember he'd gone and checked out a couple of other schools where it was like not only in a classroom, not only in that kind of rigid like situation. And then he figured out this thing called NIOS. It's called
NIOS.
National Institute of Open Schooling. So that's actually a great place, because certain jobs require you to be a 10th pass or 12th pass. This helps all kinds of people, like, and the fee structure is very, very less. So it's meant for people who don't have the opportunity to go to school. No matter what age, you can do your 10th or 12th. So I did my 10th when I was 14. Usually it's when
Pretty
I'm
early,
16.
16,
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was great, but it gave me that opportunity to kind of become more independent, to kind of figure out what I wanted to do and train for it, because I was like heavy into sports.
Oh, yeah?
And I was heavy on being a copy of my brother.
Mm.
So I
He
thought
was a
I was a
tennis
boy.
player, you said.
Yeah, I was a
Tennis
tennis
player.
player. Yeah. So I thought I was a boy. I was wearing his clothes. Like, how will I become a mainstream actress?
Actress.
So it took me like 10 years to unlearn how to be Arjun Anish.
Oh.
So yeah, so I got to, I think when I was 15, I went to film school in Bombay.
Actor prepares.
Yeah, actor prepares.
Yeah.
And when I was 16, I started working as an assistant director at a small stint in a Kannada film, like for a song. And that's when my whole life changed. Like, it was those 3 distinctive days for me that...
kind of really changed
yeah,
the
like,
whole...
because I had no idea how it worked being on a set, like how they make movies. And I thought, oh, big ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ 2 minutes. It's a 3-minute song. They'll finish it in like 1 day.
1 day.
Yeah, it
It's
takes
not-
like 3 days, 4 days.
Yeah, but just going back to that homeschooling bit, right? Like, so your parents were on board of this whole homeschooling thing, and how does it work? You decide the number of hours to spend, I mean, in studying, or it's all open? Your parents take it up?
So I have working parents, okay? So
Okay.
that homeschooling didn't mean that my parents would sit with me and like make me study.
which
every
is what I thought.
Yeah, people usually think that it's that same structure that you'll have. It's really not. You get to choose 7 subjects, any subject. Like there's like home science and there's like maths and French and whatever you want. And I chose like archaeology as a subject when I was like 14. And because I really wanted to be an archaeologist
seemed
at that
interesting.
point. Yeah, I was like, oh, cool, dig things up. Fun.
It's damn interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so I chose like 7 subjects that I felt like I like and I'd resonate with. And I think once a year you have to write assignments for it, and once a year you have to write exams.
They send you like books and
Yeah, you buy the
study.
books,
There's
you
no
buy
unit tests.
nothing.
There's no.
I don't know how it is now, but that time it was.
You didn't have like Diwali holidays and all.
Every day was a holiday.
It's pretty awesome, no?
Yeah.
Coming
but
to think of it.
That's when I, for like a year I sat at home trying to figure out like what I want to do and stuff. And I spent all that time watching movies. Like that was my best friend.
Sounds like a nice vacation.
Yeah. It was a little sad, but it's okay. Nice.
No tuitions and nothing.
No, nothing.
You just studied by yourself.
I studied, and if I didn't understand anything, I'd ask my brother.
For how many years was he homeschooled?
He was homeschooled for 2 years, 10th and 12th. In between, he went to like a school for 11th, and again, like both of us tried to do 11th. We went and we were like, and then we
Screw
left.
this.
Yeah. So,
How did you make friends then around home?
really didn't have that many friends.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really didn't.
Did
I'd
you
have
feel like of course, like when I went to school, I'd have friends from school, I'd have friends around the house, and we'd
Yeah.
go out and we'd play. And I mean, does that change? I mean, or were you just like, screw this, I don't want friends?
I for like that 1 year that I was at home, I really didn't have any friends. Like I just, like I said, like movies were everything to me. Like they were my friends, they were my first crush. Like everything happened
Movie.
in the movies or shows, like Disney Channel and stuff like that. But yeah, when I was 15 and I went to Bombay, I think that's when I really made friends, and they were like all 20, 21 years old. So
How did that happen? How did Actor Prepares thought come through? When I'd heard about this is Anupam Kher's, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When I'd heard about his Actor Prepares thing, it just felt like it's like just this business that is being sold to people with big dreams, and I was doubting its credibility. Are they really selling teaching acting, or are they really selling, hey, what, we'll make your dream come true? What was it?
it is a business for
Yeah,
sure.
of
I'm
course.
not saying that I went there and I became like an amazing actor or anything, but I had the first taste of what it's like to act without like saying hutte note hai, thale note hai. So that was really nice. And the thing about acting is that there's no such one way to do it. Like you have to figure out what works for you. Some people are really good at crying. Some people are really good at like being funny.
Yeah.
Some people like method acting. Some people just go with the flow. They're good at improv. So you have to have just the experience, and you'll figure it out over a period of time. So I think that just helped me open up because I was like very closed off. Like I'd just been homeschooled. I was
Yeah.
scared.
Years of like staying
Yeah.
by yourself.
Yeah, and I was like constantly beating myself up. I was like, how can I become an actress? Like I don't look like one. I don't act like one. I definitely don't dress like one. Like for me, the biggest thing was, oh my god, I'm wearing earrings. Like I can't
Yeah.
believe I look so girly that I'm wearing earrings. So it just helped me open up. I don't know what it would do to me right now, like how much it would help me if I went right now. But as a
That
15-year-old, yeah, it helped quite a bit.
Where did you stay? Like you got a own place?
Yeah,
You had
I stayed in
people
like
there?
a apartment with like a bunch of other people, like
Yeah?
a PG sort of situation. And yeah, and I remember my mom came to drop me off and she was like, ನನಗೆ phone ಮಾಡಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ನಾನು ಮನೆಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಅಳ್ಬೇಡ. And I took it like an ego trip. I'm like, how can she think I'm gonna do that? And every day I felt like calling her, but I was like, no. She said I'm gonna cry and call her. I'm not gonna cry and call her.
You gotta prove yourself.
Yeah, it's like,
Isn't 15 like crazy young to do that?
yeah. In hindsight, it is, but at that point, like, I was so like, I was just like, oh my god, I'm 15. Like I have to do so much and I don't have enough time, and like I'm 15 already. Like by the time I'm 18 I should do my first film, and like there was just so much, like I put so much pressure on myself. But yeah, now I'm like, wow, that's a lot that you did as a 15,
As a 15.
16, 17-year-old.
I mean, I can't imagine doing that. It's a lot, and then you go there and you have this whole experience of meeting people. Was the fear of bullying there in your mind? Like, oh shit, what if
No.
what if this repeats? What if I go through shit here?
Actually, I wasn't like,
Or had you like gotten over that?
I kind of, I don't know, I think in that moment I was like, oh, it was only these girls are capable of bullying. I never thought like other people are capable of it.
Okay.
For me, that bullying was synonymous with those particular people.
That setup.
Yeah.
Now that you were out of it, you knew like there's more hope.
Yeah, and my parents like constantly were like putting positive information into my head. They're like, the world is actually really nice and it's really beautiful. You just haven't discovered it yet. And they always told me like, listen, you just have to grow up. Like when you grow up, like everything starts to get better. At least you have more sense of self. So yeah, and I really trusted my parents. I was like, yeah, they said it, so like it's true.
So are you now like a flag bearer for homeschooling?
I don't know. I mean, for the type of person that I am, if I were to meet someone with the same, like similar personality, I'd say
Depends
yeah,
on
go for
who
it.
you are.
Yeah, because I'm extremely social and I get along with people very easily. But for someone who is an introvert, maybe not. You'd probably go back into your shell a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just like encouraging that
Yeah,
whole piece.
it depends, right? Like one way can't work for everyone. But it definitely worked for me because I generally have a very positive outlook on things. Like I'll still be like, even if it's the worst thing that happened to me, I'm like, no, it worked out for me. Somewhere it worked out for me. So
Like the biggest stereotype of being homeschooled is you're extremely rich to be homeschooled. At least is what I know, and tell me if I'm wrong. What do you think about I just feel like more rich people are homeschooled than anyone else.
with my experience, I disagree.
Okay.
I've seen more underprivileged people getting homeschooled.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because it's a lot cheaper to get homeschooled than it is to go to
Really?
school. It is.
Even today.
Even today. The NIOS that I spoke about, like, they're famously known for helping underprivileged people.
Wow.
Like, if you wanted to, like, get into a job, like, let's say you want to work at McDonald's, your basic requirement would be to do your 12th standard.
Yeah.
But you don't have the means and the money to go and get your 12th standard or go back to school. Like, you're probably too old for that. Join NIOS. Do the exam. It just probably takes like 1 year. And meanwhile, you can do a job as well. Like, it's not like you have to go to school and sit.
You have more time on your
You have
hands.
more time. You have so much more time. So I think also people perceive it that way because homeschooling has been known as like a thing that actors do or like singers do in the US. When they're working.
More of a Western
Yeah.
concept to us than.
Yeah. So, but we have our own. Like, it's
Okay.
National Institute of Open Schooling. It's an Indian institute.
Yeah.
So it's made for people in India. It's catered to us.
Also feel like parents have so much more freedom in terms of going on vacations, spending time with the kids, and there's a lot. I mean, I can see it happen. It's a good thing that you can look at. So actor prepares happens, and then what happens at the end of it? Like, how did that first opportunity come along?
So actor prepares, like I still wasn't okay. Like, and I think my mom like had like sixth sense, and she was like, "You can be an actor," and I'm like, "No, I can't be an actor. How dare you say that?" I was like, "Ew, actor? No, I want to be a director. I want to be a director and stuff." Though, like secretly, I wanted both. And at that point, I didn't realize that the world is big, and I can probably do both if I wanted to. But yeah, when I did actor prepares, like I was like very shy, and like I've always been this person that's like, okay, new setting. That means a whole new clean slate. I can be whoever I want to be.
Yeah.
I'd become like a character constantly. Like I'm still like that. So when I'm nervous, like I'll put on this character. I like to call her Funjali.
What?
Yeah.
Funjali?
Yeah. So Funjali is something that my friends call me. That's my fun persona, like not a poised person. So yeah, so at that point, like when I joined Actor Prepares, I was like, okay, I'm this new person. Like I'm from Bangalore and I'm homeschooled and I'm a cool girl. And so I went into that with that attitude. And at the end of the 3 months, like each teacher gets to direct a play and they get to choose their own cast. And they picked me, and then very weirdly picked me as a lead, like the girl. And I was like, really? And I remember going to the teacher, I was like, is this a mistake? Like, because there are like other girls. Like, why did you pick me? And he was like, no, I see a lot of potential. You can do it. And I didn't know Hindi at that point. The script was in Hindi. I learned it, and my parents came to Bombay to see the play also and take me back to Bangalore. And I remember
that's like your final project.
Yeah, that's you have 1 day of shows. So everyone performs for like 20 minutes. And the principal of that school, or like the head of that school, came and he stopped my parents when we were leaving. My parents were like, "Oh, chanang marte," and all that. And I was like, you're lying, but okay. And the teacher came behind and they like stopped my parents and they were like, your daughter has a lot of potential. I know that you guys seem very like supportive, but please give her the time and space to explore this, because I see a lot in her that I don't think she sees in herself as well. And I think that really sat in my parents' head. Like that one conversation was like
integral
very,
to the whole thing.
very, yeah.
They must have also explored the thought, like maybe this is real.
Yeah, because until then I think they thought, okay, chick khudgi, try madli, enaru madli, let's see, like
Hobby.
No pressure, yeah. They've never been the type of parents that's like, ide madbeko. You said you want to do this, so do it. Like, if you don't want to do it, don't. If you want to do it, do it.
But after that, something changed, even for them.
Yeah, after that they were like, okay. Because I think they also always saw potential, but they were like, oh, but she's our daughter. When it comes from a third person, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they must be seeing something that y'all aren't.
Yeah.
And then what happens after that? Like, where's the next? So you come back to Bangalore after
I come
that?
back to Bangalore.
How much time did you spend there?
I spent about 4 months.
Oh, just 4 months.
Just
okay.
4 months, yeah. But that was my first taste of being alone.
Living by yourself.
And I didn't do anything wrong. I was just like, no, I can't disappoint my parents. I can't go out after 6 o'clock. Like, I can't try anything that, people my age would try. I'm like, no, boys, no. Like, alcohol, no. It's like, what if they find out? They'll feel so bad. They'll be like, nambud kalsidini, adrino hing marte ala. And also, I was like, very...
That's sweet, though. It's good.
Yeah.
It keeps you... it keeps you focused, right? And that's the beauty of some of these fears or principles that like our parents give us, and it's like great. It saves you a lot of time and like shit you'll anyway realize in your life. But you'd probably do it at the right time and then figure that out. And you come back and you're like, what? Okay, now I'm gonna be like this.
I come back and I was
bombshell of an actress. I'm gonna take the.
I wish it was that easy. There's so much. I think like the biggest enemy of mine was just myself.
Okay.
Because I'd be like one man would be like, you can do it, like go for it, you can do it this way and that way, and the other one would be like, who are you kidding? Like they're gonna make fun of you, and then it's not gonna work out. You're gonna embarrass yourself. So it was like a struggle between the two constantly.
Inside your head.
Yeah. So I came back very, very confused. I was like, they said that, and even that teacher telling me, I was like, He said it for some other reason. Like he didn't say it because he
You're
really
being
meant
too
it.
sweet.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, chikhudi alwa." That's why he would have said it.
Motivation.
Yeah, it's like, "Oh, I'm just being nice to this 15-year-old." But yeah, I came back and then I watched a lot of like indie movies. You can say like great
Where it's
filmmaking
like
movies.
real stories.
Yeah, and it wasn't just like
Relatable.
dancing and singing. Because up until then, I used to watch a lot of Puneet Rajkumar movies. Like that was the first film I watched called Appu. And for us in my family, like it was a big thing to go out and watch a movie. Because my parents are lawyers, my brother's a lawyer. Like it's very difficult for them, my parents, to take time off, especially a night off when you have to prepare for tomorrow's case. So this one time we went to watch the movie and I remembered so well. My parents are sleeping, my brother's sleeping, and I'm like at the edge of the seat and I'm like, wow, I want to be him. Like, because he had done this, like there's a famous step, okay, like he comes down the staircase in one of the songs, and I think that was his first movie if I'm not wrong. Comes down the staircase, does some dance move, and then he jumps and does a split in the air. And I was like, wow. So my entire life of me wanting to be an actor, I was like, okay, I want to be like Puneet Rajkumar. I didn't understand the concept that he's an actor and I have to be an actress.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I
it's
need
two
to
different
dance and
things.
do like action scenes and I need romance. Like that was my main goal, to be exactly like him. So yeah, like
That's where it began. So you came back to Bangalore, and now, of course, you're from a family of lawyers, and the good thing is they decided, fine, explore this thing, and we'll also you're also pursuing law, right? Right now, you finished.
no,
it.
yeah, I'm almost done.
You're almost done with it. Where was like the first opportunity that came in that you really felt like which was significant? Your first movie, of course, was amazing as an opportunity, but how did that kind of happen?
It's all like everything's it's been like very organic for me. I'm very glad that like nothing is like the things that I did actively pursued never worked out. The things that kind of just happened has always been the ones that have worked out. So I started working as an assistant director when I was
Correct.
16. I remember going and meeting so many directors. Like we don't know anyone, like as my parents or anyone.
No background.
Yeah, but somehow my mom's friend's nephew was directing a film. And like I begged mom, like, please Amma, please, I only want one thing. I really want to work as an assistant director. I want to be a director. My mom was like, cool, I'll figure it out. It took me 6 months after coming from Bombay to find like someone who's willing to be okay with a girl being on set.
Okay.
Because
Why is that a thing?
I don't think it's a thing anymore.
Okay.
I personally haven't worked on a film as an actor where there's been a female assistant director. But at least back then, like, it'd be like taking care of a girl is a lot more work, right?
Yeah.
They're responsible.
Just gotta keep more
Yeah,
things
they're
in
like
mind
they're
while
like,
you
oh,
work.
ರಾತ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವಳನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೋದು, ಅವಳನ್ನ ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ separate room ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು, she can't share with anyone, and we have to be careful of who she talks to. And I understand all of those things, but I was just very, very hungry. Like I'd do anything.
You needed that at that point.
Yeah, I just wanted to do something, and I went to that set and it was like a 3-day song shoot. That's my first taste, and it's like this set, and I was like, oh my god, amazing. And I used to go to the director every morning, like, sir, what can I do? ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಹೇಳಿ, ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. First day he's like, just sit and observe. I was like, cool, fine. First day was lunchtime and he's like, come and eat. I was like, no, I just sat there. Like I was so to the point. He said, sit and observe. So I sat and observed. Okay, and I'm like, okay, I don't deserve lunch because I didn't work. And second day, same thing. Hardly gave me any work. And the third day, like someone told him this girl hasn't eaten in like 3 days for lunch. And he came and he's like, why, like, do you not eat, or like what's the thing? And I was like, no sir, I haven't done anything to do, like to eat. I don't deserve it, like it's fine. And I wanted to show them that I'm like determined and I'm like ready to work, and I know I'm a girl, but like I can work, I swear. So I was like, okay, illa sir, ನಾನು ತಿನ್ನಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ತಿಂತೀನಿ. It's okay, it's
How do
fine.
I prove that I'm hungry?
Yeah,
Let
and-
me stay hungry and not eat. Probably then they'll get the point that
Yeah,
I'm actually hungry.
I thought that they'll notice me and they'll be like, wow, this girl is so determined, like we need to give her a job. they were like, okay, cool, no problem, enjoy. And the third day I went up to him and I'm like, sir, ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಕೆಲಸ ಕೊಡಿ, ಕಾಫಿ ಬೇಕಾ, ಕಾಫಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತೀನಿ, ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ, ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, I just want to do something. And they were like, no, relax, it's fine. So I just sat there like so bored and I was like, okay, I need to do something here. I don't know, but in a way it's good because I got to see what happens on a set, and that
Yeah.
observing helped me.
Yeah, you understood how things work and who is what, and maybe you would have picked up on some terms
Yeah.
like vocabulary and
Yeah.
what things mean what, and a lot of that. And how long did that go on for? 3 months?
3 days.
Okay, 3 days.
Yeah, and
you
then
just
they didn't
sat
want to
and you-
take me back again
Why?
because they were doing night shoots and they were like,
Oh.
we can't. And
Okay.
then I spent another 6 months after that searching for like a consistent assistant director job,
And then
and I
what
got
happened?
rejected every time. They were like,
So you apply for these things,
No, I
just
don't
like
apply,
you just reach out to people.
I just go to them and I like, can I talk to you for half an hour? I used to take my mom with me. What I didn't realize is if you take a lawyer with you, they get scared. They think, oh my god, we have to be responsible for a lawyer's daughter. So, I mean, I understand their concerns and how it was, but yeah. But I was like, anything. Just give me anything, I'll do it.
So what was the next opportunity? It was Padavi Purva or something else happened?
No, so
before that?
I went back to Bombay. I was like, okay, maybe I'm not allowed, like supposed to be a director. I went and worked in a ad agency as an intern for like a couple of months. I thought, okay, I'll learn post-production. I'll be an editor. You know, that's fine. I'll still be in
Oh,
movies.
you're considering.
Yeah, I've done, honestly, I've done everything except be like a light girl that I haven't explored yet. But yeah, I worked there. I learned what it takes to, edit, how Photoshop works, how, how it works, how long it takes to edit a small ad and animation, a little bit, like just, I don't know it yet, but a little bit. I came back and then it was time for me to,
How long at this ad agency?
couple of months, I think, 2-3 months. Yeah,
And this was at 17?
17, yeah,
Oh, at 17.
17.
Wow.
So after that is when I was like, okay, none of these things are working out. I'm just being a lawyer, be boring. I really thought that, being a lawyer and having that stable job is so boring. I was so over it. And my mom's like, relax, bro, you have food because of that. So yeah, and then my mom was like, okay, you have to do a degree. No matter what you do, like get a degree, study, be educated. That's your biggest superpower in any industry.
Yeah.
And back then I didn't understand it as much, but my parents have always had a way of making me understand. Like if you just practically sit me down and explain it to me, I'll understand. Like if you sugarcoat or you try to force me, I won't get it. So they told me, they were like, do whatever you want. BA ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ ಮಾಡು, engineering ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ ಮಾಡು. I was like, I don't want to do any of these things. Like what do I do? And then they gave me like a couple of months to think about it, and I was like, okay, I'll do law. Like I think I'd be a okay lawyer if that was something that I have to do. So I started within like a couple of months. I was like, okay, I'm going to
Enrolled
Bombay.
for it.
Yeah, I joined law school also.
No, in Bombay.
Yeah, in Bangalore.
No, in Bangalore.
Yeah, and then
Now
I was
you're 18.
yeah,
So at
17
Okay, you finished your.
because I skipped like
You finished your 12th by 17,
Yeah.
and then you got into law school here
Yeah.
at CMS.
CMR.
CMR, sorry.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm done being here. Because I used to see like people waste their time, like at that point I had not been with people who kind of have fun. I didn't know what having fun was. Like I had
Just
no
being
idea.
like on this
So I'm
hustle.
like, really? You guys finish college and you go to KFC, you go and drink. Wow, and you're like wasting your life. Okay. So I went and told my mom, like, Amma, everyone around me is wasting their life. I don't want to be like this. I need to go. I need to move to Bombay. I need to work some more. And the similar thing is that when they practically explain it to me, I understand, and vice versa. And they literally like a month later, they were like, okay, go. And they sent me, and I started working on a Hindi film there. Because I didn't get opportunities here, at least with the
Nothing's
people
happening.
that I approached to work as an AD. I didn't get it. And I knew that Bombay is one of those places that have a lot of female assistant directors, and
Okay.
they work, they actually make them work. So I went and I worked on a Hindi film. It's called Bhayaji Super Hit.
Yeah.
It's with Sunny Deol, Arshad Wasi, Preeti Zinta. So I got that experience, which was
And you met all these actors,
Yeah, I
and
met
must have felt like have arrived?
No.
No, it didn't.
I didn't.
It also kept like your own standard so high that you're
Yeah.
like, you know what, this is just the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Like I got a lot more to do. This is obvious. Like
Yeah.
I got to finish all this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was just like, okay, finish it. Then next, what to do. And yeah, that's when I really worked. Like I worked hard, and I was living alone to make food. Like I stayed in a 2 BHK alone
In Mumbai.
in
2
Mumbai
BHK.
with no parental supervision. Guess what I did? Nothing.
No parties.
No parties,
No getting drunk.
no boys, no drinking, nothing. Just I would be scared to call people home. Also, like my friends home, I'd be like, oh, like what if my parents find out? They'd be so disappointed. Or I'd be like, oh, the neighbors will see like one of my friends come and they'll think he's my boyfriend or something. Like I was so scared about
That's pretty
everything.
awesome. Yeah. Wouldn't you be like judged by your Bombay friends? Like, what the fuck, dude? Why you not like
No, I
taking it easy?
Yeah, I got that a lot because I've had older friends always. They've always been like, listen, it's not that serious. Like, relax.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna happen. But yeah, I had to learn that, in my own time, that it's really not that serious. And yeah, I worked on that film, and simultaneously, sorry, can I have some water?
Yeah, it's for you. Yeah, I mean, have it whenever you want. There's no.
I'm thinking as a professional setting, like
Huh?
like I'm in school, I'm like, sir, sir, paneer kudi sir, can I be school?
she's like scared of everything. I should ask permission for everything.
Yeah. How dare you cross your legs? It's disrespectful.
You're living in a lot of like self-imposed stuff. I'm telling you, like, for your.
No, it's just in me, like
I get
just
it. I get it.
what do
You
we
can
put
drink all the water you want.
So sweet.
I have a lot more, so don't worry. Anyway, you were saying. So you're like not partying at all in Bombay.
I mean, yeah, I'd go out and stuff. Only towards the end, I had made a solid set of friends that I trusted, and that, yeah, used to go out, sit in Marine Drive, drink Bonvita. Feel like I've made it. I'm in the Bombay life.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And then that lasted how long? That Bombay
I was there for
stay.
about 2 years ish, right before the lockdown.
And then there's no dreams there of now, let me become an actor. I mean, you're in Bombay, are you auditioning?
So I weird
At that
enough,
point?
there's this road called Aram Nagar,
Okay.
where all the auditions happen. It's just one long road, and every building is like some sort of production house or casting or whatever. So I was going to audition someone for something else. I was just walking and I was just like, wow, this is so cool. Like, I'm gonna audition someone. That's so fun. And someone ran and came to me and they're like, come. I probably shouldn't have followed them in hindsight. Like, it's really weird that I just followed like a stranger into some building. She was like, come. I was like, okay, I'm coming.
For all the safety measures you already take.
I could have.
She's like a random stranger I'll follow. My friends will not call inside my house and drink.
For me, she was a girl, right? So I'm like, she's trustworthy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I went behind her and she's like, I was like, why did you call me? She's like, it's an audition. I'm like, no, I don't want to audition. She's like, no, you look good, come. And that day I'd worn earrings. That's a big thing for me. Like, I wore
Is
earrings.
it still?
No, now I'm a girly girl. Like,
Fully.
I'm like transformed.
Yeah,
I love it.
Your Instagram is all girly girl. Like,
No, now I really like being a girl, and I appreciate it. And I find so much it's really fun being a girl, It's
that's
really
a whole other episode. But fine, I'll take it.
Stay tuned. So yeah, and then they were auditioning for an Airtel ad, and I was like, I don't know what to do. They were like, just do whatever the previous person did, and I watched it, and I learn very quick if I watch someone do anything. So I was like, okay, cool, do that, okay, cool, and I did it, and I was like, okay, cool, I did my first audition. That's so cool, and I was just excited about that. And about 2-3 days later, I got a call and they were like, cool, you're selected. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And I shot the ad and it's like a small bit. It wasn't as a main thing or anything. It was a bunch of friends hanging out and all that. So that was my first taste of being in front of the camera. And I felt like in a way that was like a calling, because I never went behind it. Like, yeah, I wanted it on the inside, but I didn't know how to start. I didn't know. And I was always scared that someone would make fun of me and be like, you really? Like, you want to be an actor? So yeah, like that opened things up, and I met a couple of other models and actors, and I was scared to ask them also. I was like, how do you get more work? Like, can you please tell me if you don't mind? And they gave me a bunch of like numbers of coordinators and managers and stuff. Yeah, like even that, hi, my name is Anjali Anish. I stand at 5 feet 6 inches, and these are my profiles. Like, I used to practice that in the mirror every day because I thought I could like screw that up. So I was like very wanting to do it the right way, and I didn't get one job. The biggest learning point for me, being rejected. More than the things that I've got, I've learned so much more from things that I didn't get. Yeah, and you know, it's weird. Like, it's a lot of anxiety when you're walking into a room, and the rooms would be like this size, okay?
Yeah.
And they'd have like 25-30 girls together.
Oof.
Every 1 hour slot, right? And you go and you walk in, and everybody's a Miss India. Everyone's gorgeous. Like, their bodies are like bomb. They look great. Like, their hair is like out of a hair commercial. Like, their skin is like glowing. And I remember I had my first panic attack ever inside one of those rooms, and I had no idea what to do, because I saw like these girls were really famous on Instagram, but they were at that time as well. So I'd been looking at their profile, and I saw them in real life, and I was like, who am I to compete with that? Like, they were like so beautiful.
Influencers.
Yeah, they are
big
influencers.
numbers.
Yeah. So I felt very inferior. I felt like I had no idea what to do. And they'd give me scripts in Hindi. Like, it'd be written in English, but the Hindi words. And I didn't
Were
really...
you fluent in Hindi at the point? No. Yeah, of course.
So I'd like... And they'd be like, 10 minutes, learn it and come. Like, how 10 minutes? Like, I don't know. Like, so, yeah, that was a lot. Every audition, and I'd still push. I'd be like, it's okay, I'm learning. And I'd go. So that's the greatest acting school that I've gone to.
Auditions. Yeah, I think even when you watch all these successful people talk about the path that made it for them, and then a lot of people spend time in saying, you know what, I'm going to follow that path and I'm going to do exactly as they did it. Then you start to realize that there are few things that you can do which work for everyone, but you really do have your own path. Like, it can work out perfectly for someone and can't work for you at all, right? And this rejection piece that you spoke about, at some point you start to realize that's where the real learning happens, and you don't go in there with the expectation of like getting selected. You go in there with the expectation of, I got to do this 100 more times, not to get selected, but just like a discovery process of yourself, and which you're clearly saying your best learning was those 500 auditions. And most of them were for advertisements.
Just ads and
Just
modeling
ads.
gigs, Small things, like even to be like second lead in a ad. Because the competition is so much, like, and people are willing to work for like anything. They don't mind at all, no matter the budget, no matter who's in it, who's directing it. And for me, like, I didn't realize it back then, but like you said, like, my mom was like, if you fail this audition, so what? If you don't do it, so it's the same outcome. If you don't attempt, you're not doing it, no?
But if you attempt, there's a chance.
Yeah, and even if you don't get it anyway, you weren't going to do it if you like wanted to be lazy. So
what pays more, walking a ramp or an advertisement?
An advertisement pays more.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do ramp shows.
Okay.
But
have you tried?
No.
No, you don't want to.
It's not been my specialty.
So you were doing all these ads, and the Airtel ad, of course, worked out. And were there others, or you said, okay, no?
It didn't work out. So for me, like, you know that
doesn't
Bombay
the
story.
Airtel ad help?
That's
Can't
what
you
I
like
thought.
go into your next audition saying, hey, you know what, I've done this Airtel ad?
But then you're also going into auditions that are like, hey, I'm Miss India of this year. Hey, I've done this movie. Hey, and more often than not, I always heard like girls being like, मैंने एक South movie किया है. What is South movie?
So what are they like saying? I need to wear a crown because of that. Is that what?
No,
they're taking
like
pride in that?
No, that's that's your experience, right? Like when you introduction, like introducing yourself, that's what you've done. Like now, if I were to do an audition and they ask me like, what's your work? I have something substantial for me to talk about. But that time I didn't. The only thing I say, hi, my name is Anjali Anish. I used to work as an assistant director.
Let's start.
That's it. Like that's it. I have nothing else to say. Yeah. So yeah.
And then how did Padavi Purva happen, and how was that?
So while I was working on the Hindi film, I made a friend.
But you were an AD on that Hindi film.
Yeah, I was an AD on that. I had a lot of work, and I was like, wow, it's
Finally.
great. Yeah, I was
no
like,
more
yeah.
just observing.
And I remember one day I was like, I wish I didn't have so much work. I'm like, no, that's not true. You didn't have work all these years, so you have to work hard. And yeah, I got a opportunity to work on a Kannada film. It's called Ambi Ninigvaisaito.
Okay.
It's Amrish sir's last film.
Yes,
With
I'm
Sudeep
aware.
sir,
Yes.
Yeah, so that was probably the most special experience of my life.
Lovely.
Like, because until then I had like a negative thought to the Kannada industry, because I was like, no one wants me to work there. Like I've asked so many people, and I've asked big producers to small producers. No one was really like ecstatic that, you know, they could have me on board.
They were not excited about you being a
Yeah,
part of
or
it.
I knew they wouldn't give me work. What would I do again? Go sit?
Yeah.
And yeah, so I got to work on Ambi Ninigvaisaito. So I used to go back and forth Bombay and Bangalore. But that was the best experience because I got to work with two of the biggest stars in the Kannada industry, and I got to see how it is to be an actor, like because I was so close, I could observe them and understand. And Amrish sir was like, he's one of the nicest people ever, and he, you know, he gets a bad rap sometimes, like people think certain things of him, but I've had the greatest experience with him. Like, I think, you know, there's so many stories of me working there, but first and foremost, the first day that I went, like, he called me and he's like, who are you? And I was like, assistant director. And then he's like, okay. And they called the director and he's like, who is she? What is she? And all that. And like, the director was like, oh, her mom is a Supreme Court lawyer. I don't think, like, till the end of the movie, he knew what my name was. He just called me Supreme Court. And I could hear it from, like, everywhere. So I used to, like, run and go if I heard Supreme Court. And he was so sweet. Like, even Sudeep sir was, like, extremely sweet to me. And that was the first time that Amrish sir asked me, "Neen an actor sagak bandidya?" I was like I thought, oh my god, someone can see through my facade. No shit, what do I do? And I said, yeah, sir, ankota idini, but I'm not sure. Like, I don't think I can be an actor. I don't know, and all that. And he was like, ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನೀನು ಹೌದು ನಾನು ಆಕ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ I was like, okay, cool, I'll try. And then he was like, ಆಗ್ತೀಯ ಬಿಡು, no problem, do it. And I was like, oh my god, he said I can do it, that's crazy. And there's so many experiences. Like, this one time we were shooting near a chicken shop. Like, there was one small scene of Amrish sir, okay? And he was sitting on the chair, and you know what halkova is?
Yeah, I used to love halkova,
I love
dude.
halkova.
Like, I still, till date, if I get it somewhere, I'm like,
Oh my god, I'll bring it to you next time. I love it.
Best gift ever.
I wish I could make like a cake out of it and cut it for my birthday.
Dude, it was all childhood, man. Like, halkova was childhood favorite.
Yeah. So I was very excited, and like, I was very grateful to be working on a set that was so nice, and everyone was so nice to me. So I saw this small shop and they were selling halkova. I was like, I need it. I went like tunnel vision. I was like, okay, give me 2 boxes. I bought 2 boxes. I'm just going on set, giving it to everyone, eating one myself, and you know, whatever. And he's just sitting there, and I can see that he's just watching me like this. He's like, okay, this girl is going, giving everyone. And then he's like, Supreme Court, Bailey. I was like, oh no, what did I do? And then he was like, Nani kodalva? I was like, so it's like 1 rupee. Give it to you. And he's like, ಕೇಳು ನನ್ನ ಬೇಕಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳು. I was like, sir, ಹಾಲ್ಕೋವಾ ಬೇಕಾ? And he's like, ಮನೆಗೆ ಯಾರು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನೀರು ಬೇಕಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಬಾರ್ದು, ನೀರು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು.
Oh, sweet.
I was like, okay, sir, ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. And you know, like, around him, like, his entire team is there, and like a choreographer, like a famous choreographer, his name is Imran Sardaria. He's also there. I can see fear in all of their eyes, okay? And I'm just like, I'm in trouble. Like, what if he gets a stomach ache? Like, something happens to him, it's on me. And he was like, okay. And he put it in his mouth. And I was like, oh my god. And the entire day, okay, after that, I spent thinking I gave Amrish sir one
A 1 rupee alcohol.
And I was like, okay, shit.
Way to go on your
And I was
career.
like, I'm really, really sorry. So it's my favorite sweet. That's why I got it for myself and everyone. Like for you, I'll go buy something else like better. I don't know. I had no money also. Like I wasn't. So I was like, okay, fine, cool. And his assistant came and yelled at me later. He's like, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ವಾ ನಿನ್ಗೆ?
What?
Yeah, I was
That's dude. Come
I was
on.
like, okay.
I'm not for that.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Come on.
And I was really young. Okay, so I was like, I felt really bad. Like,
No, I don't know. This shouldn't have happened. If you're watching, this shouldn't have happened. Say sorry. Okay. That shouldn't have happened,
I'll
dude.
be waiting for your apology.
Yeah, say sorry, dude. What? She'll give alcohol to anyone she wants.
Yeah, but I was like, anyway, I felt bad about it. He made me feel worse about it. So I was like, okay, fine. I went home, I cried to my mom. My mom's like, ಆಯ್ತು ನೀನು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋದು. And my mom and I sat and we made like my
really
other favorite
sweet.
sweet, which is carrot halwa.
Wow. Wow. You have just called out like my 2 favorite sweets of all time.
Really?
Carrot halwa is.
Can I say one more?
Yeah, please.
Kaju barfi.
Dude, what the hell, dude? You're like you've just named like the top 3 right now. Like ask him the amount of kaju barfi and carrot halwa I eat in my life. Like half
my
the
God,
fucking
those are
weight
my
I put
biggest
on and I
weakness.
lost is all because of these sweets.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I made him like carrot halwa. Went the next day. I was like, I wanted to like hand deliver it to him, but that day they were all mad at me. His team was like not having it, so I didn't get to give it to him. And his assistant took it, and he never gave it to him.
Say sorry twice.
There's one more coming.
Oh, wait for it. What else has this AD done?
No, I was like, I mean, at that point, Amrish sir was quite sick, like on and off. Like he was in and out of the hospital and stuff. So I get where they were coming from. Like he needs to think about what he puts into his body. And I think about a week after that, we were shooting in Innovative Film City, and like whatever, it was a normal day. But whenever Amrish sir was on set, I would not be working because I was his entertainment. Like he'd call me, sit, talk to me, like whatever. I'll just ask you something, you talk to me. And he had this thing, so like I'm Brahmin and I also eat chicken. So he like got a trip out of that. He was like, Nati koli yavatar tindidya? I was like, he's like, ನಾನು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳು ನನಗೆ. I was like, no, I've only had like basic chicken.
I read about this, yeah.
Yeah. So he called me once when we were innovative and he was like, ನಾನು ಹೊಸಕೋಟೆಯಿಂದ ಬಿರಿಯಾನಿ ತರಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಿನಗೋಸ್ಕರ ತಿನ್ನು. And I ate it. And everyone's so jealous. They're like, how this girl doesn't get to work? She gets biryani. And literally the next day again, he's called me. I'm like, okay, what did I do this time? He's called me. He said, I was like, sir, kelsa ide. He's like, hey, kelsa ala bitu. Ba kutko nan jate. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. And then he's given me a box of Mysore pak. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And then he was like, nin favorite sweet halkova andala. Nan favorite sweet Mysore pak. Mandya inda. So I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Lovely.
Like, that's so sweet. And he's like, idu nija sweet. Nindalla. Halkova alla. I was like, okay, sir, I'm really sorry. I was feeling so guilty about it. And I think the end of the day, like his assistant or manager, one of them came and they were like, Kushi agidya? I was like, yeah, should I not be? And he's like, ನಿನ್ನಿಂದ ನಾನು 4 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ಮಂಡ್ಯಾಗ ಹೋಗಿ ನಿನ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಒಂದು ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಂದೆ.
Lovely.
And I was like, oh shit, okay, I'm sorry. So say sorry 3 times because I felt bad.
3 times.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
I think that's a story you'll never
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah, and even Sudeep sir, like he was really, really nice. And he also had asked me at one point, like he was seen me running around in chappals, okay, and no care for myself. It's like, oh, I get to work. That's so cool. And just walking around in chappals, he's like, come here. He's like, can you please wear shoes? You're gonna get hurt. It's the first time he actually spoke to me, so I was like, wow, thank you so much. And I'd seen the way, the type of actor that he is, you know. He's so observant of everything that happens around him. There was this one scene where we're at a temple, like the cast is at a temple, and all the extras are behind him. he can't see them. And I remember he didn't even turn around. At one point, he called one of us and he was like, "Now, devsthan altane devi." He was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Kai muki vektane devi." No one was doing it, and I was like, "How did you notice that?" Like, it's crazy. There's small things, and he also at one point he had called me and he was like, "Do you want to be an actress?" And at that point, Amritsar said, "I can." So I thought, "Yeah, I can." And I was like, "Yeah, so I want to, but I don't know." And he was like, "Do it. Be dedicated, be passionate, and you'll be able to do it." So those, they were probably just words to them, but that
for you
really
it was
pushed me, because I was like such a big star, can like see something in
something.
me. Yeah.
It should be. It's not all delusion.
Yeah.
That's some
It's
reality.
not all in my head.
It's not all in your head, and that reinforcement is like huge, right? Because
Yeah.
sometimes, like you said, you're coming from a place that has no background to movies and everything else, and maybe if you did, and someone told you in the family that, hey, you know what, you're capable, and it's easier to believe. But where you come from, you really need, significant people from the industry to give you a nod, saying, yeah, you got it in you.
Yeah.
And so now was there still a doubt of actor, director? Yeah, you still had it.
Until I was first day first shot. First day first shot. Like, I was very hesitant. I was like, maybe by mistake they casted me. Like, I don't know what's happening. So I've always been like, now this year has been that year of
Your movie came out December.
December, yeah.
How was that?
It did pretty well. It was very
How did it feel? Like, what did you feel? Yeah.
Like, I have probably like one or two memories like of that entire process. Like, we were promoting for like a month almost, and even after the film came out, we were still promoting. So I mean, yeah, like, even the way that I got the film, right? Like, I moved back to Bangalore. This was like during the lockdown, right after the lockdown, and somehow I got Yograj Bhatt sir's contact, and I was like, okay, I want to work as an assistant director. No, as an assistant director, because I heard he was.
And then that's when he told you, why don't you act in the
So I went and he was like, be an actress, and I was like, no. And he's like, be it, and I was like, really? Are you sure? And yeah, that's how the film happened, and we started shooting right away. We did like workshops, so that really helped me, because I'm a crazy like perfectionist. Like, if I'm acting, I want to know everything. I want to know exactly what to do and which second to do it. So that gave me that, again, another base that helped me perform on set. And yeah, right, like when I did Padavi Purva, I got another film that I really liked. Like, I liked the story, I liked the director, and I shot for that as well.
Which is still in production.
Yeah, it's supposed to release this year. I'm not sure.
So what was it like when it released? You were happy with what you did? No? Okay, tell me about that. Why though? What didn't sit right? And that's the vibe you're giving out also. It's like, yeah, I'm glad, but not too much.
I don't know if there are many actors.
Is it the need for a bigger opportunity, or is it the realization that maybe I could have done better? What is it?
See, actually, if you ask me right now, I'd say I did a good job. I did a pretty good job, especially considering that it was my first film. And I had no idea what I was doing, but I did it. And I was comfortable. I gave it my best. Every day, that's for sure that I gave it my best. But when the film released, like, seeing yourself on the big screen is pretty hectic. Like, I was telling him as well, like, I don't look at the monitor when I'm shooting for anything, because that makes me very conscious, and that I don't want that image to be in my head. So I never really looked at the monitor. It was only when the director would be like, come, see this, I want you to do that again, or I don't want you to do that. So I never saw myself on the monitors. I never knew how I looked. And I didn't really have too much of a problem with how I looked. It wasn't what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. But I was, like I said, like, I've been extremely harsh on myself. And this year has been that unlearning of being harsh. Like, I'm a lot better. because I know what that did to me. Like after the film release, like I was a mess. Even though I got great reviews and people were like, you did really well and you looked really good and you know, yella chanagittu. Everyone that would say that it was good, I'd be like, no, that's not true. They're just saying it for some other thing, you know. And you can't be that way. You have to accept compliments and you have to be like, cool, that's there.
It's very hard without it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was like a tough time because the movie did really well. It got picked up by Udaya channel. It's on Sun Next. So the movie was great. Like everything, my entire experience shooting also was really great. I learned a lot. I made a lot of friends. But yeah, seeing myself on screen was a little.
It wasn't where you thought it will be.
Yeah, it wasn't. I was like, oh, I'll just be excited to see myself. Like my dream is coming true. And for like a day, it felt like my dream is coming true. But the minute that I saw the entire film, there was one scene that really ticked me off.
Okay.
That I feel like I could have excelled in. But I didn't get to do that. Because I know what I was going through them that day. I wasn't able to perform, like whatever it was. And I don't have the experience that I have now. At that point, it was my first time, my first rodeo. I had no idea what I was doing. So, yeah, that scene, like, I remember I got out of the theater. Like, I just walked out. And I was sitting, like, me, my mom, my dad, my brother, my best friends, in, like, 2 rows. I have just gotten up and I'm like, screw this, I'm going. I can't look at myself anymore. Yeah. And I left. And I was forced to watch it again the next day. And I was like, this is the worst time of my life. Like, I can't look at myself anymore. Because my friends, because we watched it on the premiere day with my family. And the next day was first day first show. So I had to watch it. Because you have to do like press and stuff after. So you have to be in the theater at least. I've gone and I've stood outside. I'm like, you all watch it. I'm not watching it. I can't watch it. And the director came and he was like, you did a good job. Like, you know, you should be happy. Congratulations. And I'm like, thank you. But no, like I was just not having it.
How do you think it'll be for the second one? Think you're gonna feel the same or better?
I think I'll handle it better.
But you still think you're gonna have like see, you didn't even say didn't even take a second to think about it. She's like, we're gonna go down the same way.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna handle it better.
Yeah. See, the thing is like at that, like the experience I have now, I know what my capability is if I were to shoot something right now.
Yeah.
But at that time, I didn't know. Like that's the best I could do. And I don't know. Like, have you heard of any actors who love watching themselves?
Yeah, not many.
Yeah.
Not many.
I think you have to be like a big narcissist.
Yeah.
To truly love everything that you do. I think you can be like appreciative of the hard work that you've put in.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can like love it.
Yeah, you gotta be like extremely narcissistic to like watch your whole work in detail. If you're a perfectionist, you'll do it, but maybe only for your best work. And it's of course like you'd say you haven't done your best work yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It'll take some time for you. So this is the thing. When you were discussing this, right? What I felt is like. You start to realize that the work that you're capable of doing, it's going to take some time for it to show on the camera.
Yeah.
Because again, it's not just Anjali, right? It's the story, it's your co-actor.
A huge part is the director as well. You know, it's like what they want out of you. And I'm a huge director's actor. Like the reason I don't look at the monitor again is because I trust what the director is saying. If they say it's okay, I'm okay. They say it's not good, I'm not good. Because I have this experience of being an AD, like I think I really believe like if you're an actor, you should really love either the script or the director. Like you have to fall in love with their mind. You have to trust them so much. Like if you're saying, Anjali, you said something bad, I have to trust your opinion for me to like take that into, So and that's it, like it's like love at first sight. Like when I'm script readings and stuff, like I just know if it's gonna work.
If it's gonna work or not. Is there anything else you're working on right now? Any other movies? Anything else? Maybe. Okay. I mean, I don't want to take names, but now is the thought that hey, you know what? I want to be a good actor. Like yeah.
Now I have a sense of like I guess stability, and now I can after like 2 years of working as an actor, I'm like I'm an actor. Like, it took me a lot to kind of post, your bio on Instagram. Like, for a long time, it was nothing. And my friends were like, you're an actor. You should say you're an actor. Like, no.
What does it say now?
Now it says actor.
It says actor.
Yeah. Might go and change it. Who knows?
I mean, what is that? See, I mean, of course, now that you have accepted you're an actor, how does the whole comparison thing work in your head? You compare yourself and to other actors, and does that comparison take a toll? Not only in terms of what they're capable of, but how much fame they have and everything.
Everything, like for all of those things. But I really don't have a gender in my head. Like if I see a male actor do a great job,
You still see it as competition.
I for sure see it as competition. I'm like, okay, because I know up till a level like what I'm capable of or whatever my mind is capable of. And I know that I haven't achieved what I want to do yet. So I take that as inspiration, and I love watching people, like not in a creepy way, but I love, like observing and kind of stealing in a positive sense, like things from people. So I watch a lot of movies, and I like to watch them alone because, like, if they do something, I like copy it in my head, like it's like cut and copy. It's like that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, now, like I said, like, lately it's been better because I understand that there's no forcing. Like, today someone's hit jackpot.
Tomorrow
it could be me or it couldn't be me. It doesn't matter.
It's always an up and down thing for everyone.
Yeah. And I've seen people, struggling for years, like actors who have hit it big now recently. I've seen them struggling. So I know that maybe for you it's 2 years. Maybe for me it's 10 years.
10 years.
Who knows?
And it's real.
It's real. It's really tough for sure, but you gotta have like a good support system, like good friends, good family, like a good mindset.
Take you through that.
Yeah, and most importantly, just like yourself. You're the one dealing with it all, right?
Yeah.
No matter how much. See, friends can only comprehend so much.
Yeah.
You don't see the life that I've seen, or you haven't experienced. You don't know what the film industry is.
Nobody will ever come close.
Yeah. My parents can only protect me so much.
Yeah.
And they'll only understand so much. And at the end of it, I know what I've been through. I know what I'm capable of. And I know what I want to be. So at the end, it's only me, right? So I really believe that you got to just train your mind. Whatever it is, train it, prepare it.
Then you see. So in 10 years, it's Anjali the director, Anjali the actor.
Ask me in 10 years.
So you're just taking it.
I have no idea. Or Anjali the lawyer. I don't know.
That's another possibility. You never know.
My life is just, I don't want to restrict myself in any way. I don't want to be like, I thought I was going to become this and I'm not. Whatever it is, like I want to enjoy whatever I'm doing. 10 years. But I'm enjoying what I'm doing now.
Even the glimpses I had of your movie, and I was reading up about your character and this and that, I just felt like even the role in itself was I won't call it stereotypical, but I will call it expected and predictable. And I feel like you're also someone who'll enjoy playing a role that is challenging and not predictable.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that is something you'll really enjoy, because this, I'm not getting into what you feel about you doing a good job or not, but it's a role that is predictable. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think the tone of filmality also is changing a lot.
Yeah.
Like, there are certain movies that, like, I just watched Jawan yesterday.
How was it?
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Like, I was screaming. I was trying to whistle. I don't even know how to whistle. But, I watched it with my friends and they didn't really like it. But I really like it because, see, that's one of those movies, right? It's like an all-rounder. The reason it's made so much money is because all sort of people can watch it. There are certain set of audiences for each film. And you, as an actor, at the end of the day, at the end of your career, you want to be able to cater to all at some point.
Yes.
It can't be in every film, right? Maybe my second film or my first film might not be films that I would personally watch. Or maybe it is, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed playing it, and I really enjoyed working on it. And I think both the films, like, having seen whatever I've seen of the second film, like, I think it was a lot of fun, and I think it's great to watch. Like, I would personally, like, just enjoy watching. I'm such a viewer that I don't care if you're making sense, honestly. Like, I just want to have fun. And the reason that we do watch movies is for escapism, right? Like, if I'm leaving my house, I'm going to a theater, I'm going to drive for however long and sit in a theater for 3 hours, spend money on popcorn and juice and water or whatever. I want to see something that's not realistic. At least that's how I think. Like, I want to have fun, and I just want to dance and feel good. But also there are movies that I want to learn and grow from, or like that feel more like realistic.
Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, I mean, one good thing is you're open to like exploring. You're not like hell-bent on this is how things should go, and that is how.
Compared to how I was before.
Oh, you were like
very rigid, and now I'm, because I've learned it the hard way. Yeah.
You're not doing ads anymore, no auditions.
I am.
Yeah.
I still do.
Because they must pay you good money.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do. I if I do something also, I won't post it on my Instagram.
Why?
I don't know. I'm very.
You don't want to like what you feel like you're showing off or something.
No, it's not like that. Like, see, also I'm very selective about my work. Like, people are constantly asking me, okay, it's been like almost like 9 months since your movie came out. They want you to constantly have stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind. I agree. But also, as an actor, you get to choose whether, I want to be known as, oh, I've seen you somewhere. Versus, like, I've seen you in this movie. You have to be known for your work. Like, I'm not comparing myself to anybody, but for example, like, if you think of Amir Khan's films, or you think of Hrithik Roshan's films, they've not done like 1,000 movies, but you know that they do quality work because you trust the actor.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, that's kind of what I want to do. Like, I want to be like, okay, there'll be something. If she's done a film, there'll be something.
Yeah.
It won't be just some like frivolous film.
Yeah. You're not like just putting everything out there and boring.
Yeah.
You
but now also,
like,
it's wrong for me to say that, because it's not like I have those kind of films in my roster, the type of films that I actually want to do. But since I'm the best kind of audience, I love all types of movies, so I'm just having fun doing any story that's interesting to me.
You get like people messaging you, your fans messaging you.
I have some really nice people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they're my fans, but
what have they said? Like, they enjoyed your work?
Yeah, and I think some people have, like, there are a couple of people that constantly like text me on Instagram that keep calling me Nitya. That's the character's name.
Yeah.
So I think that's really sweet. I feel like
Naveen, right?
Nitya Naveen.
Yeah.
So that's really sweet that, like, you consider me to be that person.
You get like, you want more of it, because that must be
I get
positive affirmation.
Some people are like, next movie yavaga. As if I already don't put enough pressure on myself. Like, keep getting it, yeah. But
no creepy guys in the DMs. You can't avoid that.
Yeah.
You can't avoid that. Yeah.
But I don't think it's only exclusive to like me or like actors. I think every girl has at least one creepy guy.
Are there more creepy guys in Bangalore, or are there more creepy guys in Mumbai?
Honestly, I don't
like
know.
in terms of like, the whole industry wise thing, like, how does it work? Is it more like, do you feel more secure here, or do you feel more secure in Mumbai?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a debate.
I think
you answer wrong and
okay, I'm not scared.
No, what did you feel? Of course, it's like a very generic question, but I just want to know from your end, like, do you feel safe while working here? Or do you feel safe while working in Mumbai? Was the fear
I think there's a sense of more stability here because I'm from here, my family lives here. So there's always a sense of I can just go home. Like, okay, and just call my parents to come pick me up. Like, when I was working as an AD. But also, I think working here and there, like, having experienced not so great things, like predatory behavior, let's say, both felt very scary. But now I'm capable of, like, handling it. I'm really good
You're
at
also, like,
handling
training
Yeah,
With
like
Sohail. Is Sohail training you on some self-defense?
Yeah, Suhail has taught me a very great lesson. It's that
Really?
if you get into a fight, walk away. No, that's the greatest thing because, like,
Yeah.
of course, you can fight back, throw something, do whatever.
Yeah.
If they're asking for your phone, they're asking for money, take it. It's not worth my life.
Yeah, just give it up.
Yeah.
Not even
So I've
required.
learned to walk away from training with Suhail. And worst case scenario, I know how to defend myself.
Oh, wow.
So-
That's nice. How's that been, the whole Academy of Strength training thing? Like,
I love it.
how did you get to know about them?
So during the lockdown, there was this like volunteering thing that they were feeding about like 16,000 people. So during that process, like, I met Sohail. Like,
Okay.
I remember like we were all wearing masks and standing next to each other, packing food and all that. And yeah, I just followed him on Instagram or something, and we'd spoken a couple of times here and there. And then I used to see, like, you know, I had to prepare for my second film. Like, my second film is more like a masala movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
there's dancing and stuff.
Nice.
Like, my entire live stream is to be dancing
Is
on, like,
actually
yeah.
now
Yeah. So,
happening in this movie.
yeah. So I got to, like, and I had to be, like, super fit and be in the best shape that I probably could.
Love
So I used to see his stories. I used to be like, wow, I wish I could do that. And then I always thought, like, those kind of things are unattainable. Little did I know that, you know, if you put in work, you can actually
You can get
achieve
there.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd contacted him. I started training with him for that film particularly. I got like mad. Like, I got a mad body. I got
proper.
shredded. Like, I looked amazing. And but again, like, what people don't understand is, like, when you're seeing a film and you're seeing like an actor or like actress look a certain way, especially for a song, it's not an attainable body to have.
Yeah.
Because you're on a crazy diet.
It's attainable. It's tough to like
No,
keep
you
it
can't
there.
have it all the time.
Yeah, you can't have it all the time.
So when you're training for a song, especially, like, you train really hard for like 2-3 months, and the day of the shoot, there's certain things that you do that are not healthy
Yeah.
at all to do. And
Which
mentally
which
as
nobody
well.
speaks about.
Which nobody talks
Yeah.
about. And as an assistant director also, I had no idea that that's what it is. It's only through training with Suhail and understanding that, you know, just because I'm looking at the screen and I'm like, wow, mad abs, or like, this girl looks so hot, like, how is that possible? You don't know the amount of months they've put into that, or like the day off, they probably didn't eat anything. They didn't drink water or
All
whatever.
salt, everything.
Everything,
Yeah,
like, and mentally more than anything, it takes a toll on you. So yeah, I got like crazy and I did it and I was really happy. And after that, it's just been about maintaining. It's not been like to achieve that body again, because it's not.
Yeah.
It's not a possibility. Yeah. And mentally, I'm much happier eating carbs and drinking some juice.
Yeah. So do you party now, or you still like 6 p.m. It's like get home?
It's not 6 p.m. But I have my own sense of enjoyment. Like, I don't drink.
Sure.
So I don't go out that much. Like, for me, a party would be just the 3 of us, maybe 2-3 other people.
Yeah.
Get some good food. Like, if you want to
Sit
drink,
and
go
talk.
for it,
Yeah.
talk. Like, just have a good time. And I find like solace in like movies and books and just keeping myself busy. Like, whatever it is, dancing is my favorite thing. Like, that's my party. Like,
Instagram is screaming about that pretty clearly.
No, that's become like my biggest personality trait, I feel. It's just
Your dance.
yeah, whatever. Like, if I'm having a bad day, like, I'll just
dance.
put up my speaker, dance. I'll close my eyes, act like I'm from a nightclub. Like, oh, yay.
You're a vibe, dude. You're a vibe. Like, it's
I know
damn
what
nice.
to get you all next time. Halkova,
Carrot-
Kaju Barfi and
carrot halwa.
carrot halwa.
It's pretty
Some
sordid scene.
Paisa?
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's fine. I mean,
Okay, can't do without it.
can't do without it. Thanks, dude. This was good. This was nice.
Yeah.
I think enjoyed listening to you. I hope you did
I
enjoy
enjoyed
speaking.
talking so much. I didn't expect to talk
Yeah,
so
you
much.
finally did a pod where you spoke out.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm-
I was literally, the whole contemplation was like, okay, should I because I'm like very personal, like in everything.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, and I don't think anyone that follows me on Instagram has heard me talk ever. Like,
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
don't, like, that's not my thing.
And it's not there even on your profile. I mean, they haven't really like met you.
Yeah,
Maybe there's
that's a constant issue in my life.
hopefully through this podcast, like some people like get a insight into who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was sweet, dude. Like, I mean, you seem sorted. You seem like spent a lot of time figuring like a lot of this shit out for yourself. You have like good definitions of how you want to look at things, and the good thing, like a lot of people have sat here and they say I don't compare myself to anyone else, and that's not completely possible, and we do compare ourselves to a lot of people. But it was nice to see that you're very aware of who you are and what your path is. And I mean, I'm sure you will compare yourself, but it's not
No,
like taking
I do it
like
every day, but
yeah.
I
You don't let
understand
it-
that there's I've realized through time, like work that I just missed or like I got and I got replaced in, like those things weren't going to work out anyway. Like, you know, so I've understood through experience that it's good that it didn't
Yeah.
work out.
It's also these chasing some of these things, right? Like, say, making a great movie and making this blockbuster, making good money and all. It's nice, but like you said sometime back, it has to be a part of your life, because chances are, even if it works out, and like for you, your movie worked out, but it didn't work out the way you wanted it to work, and that can happen with your whole career at some point where you're like, this is great, but I don't feel like it's actually happened. And at that point, if you've lived your life in a way where everything about your life was just that, you're in for like,
Yeah.
you're really screwed.
I was that way. Like, it
Yeah.
was just about chasing that one aspect of success, like career wise. And yeah, the past few months, if not this entire year, has just been like, now the definition of success is like different for me. If you had asked me last year, I'd be like, movie hit tag beko, I should have like 5 movies coming out in a year, all of these things. But now I'm like, success in all aspects of my life, like friendship, relationship, family, career, like just generally, I want to be successul in that.
And the whole package is much better than just like, and obsession is great, but obsession should be focused. It can't be unhealthy for a lot of the other things, because honestly, without them, what are you really gonna do with
really
it, right?
is like, as cliche as it is, like balance is key.
Mm.
And I think also, like you said, obsession, like the word obsession has a very, very like negative connotation
notion to it.
The connotation is completely wrong.
Yeah.
If anything can be taken out of like context, right? Like if I say I love my phone, if I love it so much, like that's bad.
Yeah.
But if I love it in a good way, it's good, right? Like it's balance.
Yeah.
And now my life is all about balance.
And when you figure that out and you have this balance around you, and tomorrow there's this opportunity of your life, and you tell the people around you, hey, you know what, I need to spend the next 12 months on this. I might not be really available for you.
Yeah.
And they're like, go for it.
Yeah.
And that's still balance.
Yeah.
The obsession still doesn't become unhealthy. And that's why you gotta like invest time into all of these things, so that when something that you really want works out, everything else around you is like, go for it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fall apart.
That again, your circle is important.
Yeah.
And you're surrounded by people who genuinely like are not only like focused on your growth, but their growth most importantly. Like when you're around those kind of people, they understand that certain things are a sacrifice.
Yeah.
And you gotta do it. That's okay. Like I wanna eat cake every day. But I can't eat cake.
Yeah.
And even if I wanna go out and I wanna do something unhealthy, my friends know that I can't do it. So they won't ever force me. And we've all kind of reached a like part in our life. It's like, you do you, I'll do me. I'll drink my lime juice, you drink your alcohol. That's okay, that's fine. Yeah.
That's really nice. So I think me and Aditya are gonna definitely be there at like your Second movie is first day, first show for sure. I think we want to do that.
I might not be there.
Yeah, 100%. You might be there, but you might just be standing outside. Yeah, get in, all of you. Like, fucking go enjoy it.
The show, have a
Enjoy
nice
the
time. You know how like when you're having madhve uta, they're like, "Nidana tinni." I'm like, yeah, go enjoy it.
Go enjoy it. I'll watch it later. I might not even watch it.
I'll watch it once for sure, just to like give myself nightmares.
Wow, dude.
Myself in check.
But anyway, thanks for making it here. I think this was
Thanks for having
sweet
me.
of you.
This was really fun.
Yeah, I think this was amazing. Like, we enjoy doing this, and meeting people like you make us wanna keep going, because we feel like there's a story we are able to capture like nobody else. And one of the dreams we always keep having is for you to be able to watch this like years into the line and look back and say, hey,
No,
you know what this is.
That's pretty cool. You know, I was actually thinking about that on the way. I was like, it'll be nice few years down the line to like look back and be like, wow, this girl was thinking, she was in this mindset.
I mean, it's already started happening to me, right? Like 2 years ago, some of the episodes that I've shot, like I look at that sometimes and I'm like, fuck, dude, you've changed a lot. Like your whole thought process has changed so much, and
cool.
this and that. And I want that, like, for you as well, where you kind of look back at this and like say, this is pretty cool. So anyway, thanks for doing this.
Thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun.
I'm glad. Hopefully we do this again in the near future, whenever you feel like it's time
I'd
to
be
come
like,
back.
my mindset has changed. Let's go there. I'm like, I have more content for you, more stories.
Another 80 fucked me up, but might happen. But anyway, this was episode number 67 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. I hope,
And Anjali Anish.
And Anjali Anish, of course. And if you'll have watched till here, I think you're a sweetheart as always. Let us know, whoever you are. Thank you, Anjali. See you.
Thank you.
See you all on the next one.